1, 0.
The Ethel Merman Show, previously scheduled for this time, will be heard at a new time and date to be announced shortly. Here, transcribes, is Clayton Dignard as Richard Diamond, Private Detective.
Hello there, this is Diamond. Hey, I got a beef. I went shopping for my girl, Helen Asher, the other day. You know, stuff for dinner. This town's gotten hotter than a blast furnace in Death Valley, but you gotta pick out those things that make for a cool meal. Like salads, cold cuts, beer. Real picnic style. Well, I figured I could whip up a fancy tossed salad or something until I got around to the tomato counter. Have you glommed under the price of tomatoes lately? Now what's with that? So the cost of living is inflated. So a T-bone steak makes like it just arrived from the Sultan's classiest cow. Okay, a T-bone, I can understand. But what's with a tomato? When it costs so much, it should be hanging from a charm bracelet instead of lying on a salad bowl? Who needs it? So I bowed from the waist and figured you could still do a lot of things with a plain head of lettuce. I got another beef too. Why can't people start their killings in December when it's cool? Now, about a week ago, I got mixed up in a case, and before it was over, I took so many salt tablets, I'm now the best seasoned private detective in New York. I started last Tuesday morning about 11 o'clock in an apartment on the Upper East Side.
Ginny!
Yeah, genius.
No cracks.
No cracks. We're both waiting for old Gibson to turn us into the cops, and you say no cracks.
Well, how did I know the old goat wouldn't fall for it?
Well, he didn't, so we better start packing.
What for?
'Cause I don't want to play hostess to a lot of little men in blue. I'm allergic to handcuffs.
Relax, will ya? He won't find us.
He can trace me from the other apartment.
How? Gibson don't know your real name, did he? Did you leave anything at the other place that would lead him here?
No, cleaned out everything except the clothes. I didn't intend to move them.
Noticed you got away with the mink.
What'd you want me to do? Leave it behind?
Nah, we can hawk it.
Hog it.
Yeah. You want to blow town? Takes cash. Cash ain't gone.
You're telling me.
Look, baby, if Gibson goes to the police, I'll have to hawk that coat so we can blow this joint, see?
All right, you go get rid of it, and I'll start throwing some things in our suitcase.
Who's that?
How would I know? Maybe it's the landlady.
Oh, I forgot. You're painting today. You're painting this floor today, eh?
Yeah, I saw the painters in 206. They'll probably start in this room in a couple hours.
Okay. Dump the coat. I don't want the landlady to see you find you with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Gibson.
So, you really are married, huh?
Who is it, Hav?
Hello, Virginia.
Mr. Gibson.
Yes, I waited around in front of the other apartment and followed you here. I wanted to be sure to send the police to the right place.
Look, Mr. Gibson.
You look, whatever your name is, I don't like being blackmailed or threatened.
But please.
No, Virginia, my mind is made up. In a way, I'm sorry for you, but you didn't think about me. I'm past 60 and I'm tired of being made a fool.
Look, why don't you just give her a break, Mr. Gibson? Now, I'm not asking
That's very noble of you. You should have thought about that a few hours ago when you accused me of making love to your wife. You're not really married.
Why, I oughta.
There's no need for expressing your indignation. There'll be plenty of time for that when the police arrive.
Hav!
Yeah, come in here.
How dare you? Take your hands off me.
Look, you ain't calling nobody. You'll listen to me.
You take your hands off me.
What are you gonna do, Hob?
I'm gonna change that old goat's mind calling the cops.
You can't threaten me. Ah, you struck me.
How'd ya guess?
Hob, take it easy. He's an old man.
Your concern is misplaced, my dear. I can take care of myself.
Why, you give me that cane.
I'll be glad to give it to you. Across your shoulders.
Give me that.
Hob, be careful.
Hit me with a cane, will ya?
You young...
I'll shut you up for good.
Honey! Honey! You idiot.
Huh?
You big, stupid idiot. Look what you've done.
So, lass, you'll know better next time. Throw some water on him, will ya? Hear me? Throw some water on him. What's wrong?
Hob.
Come on, Gypsy. Come on. Holy cow.
Is he?
Yeah. Shut up. You gotta get him out of here.
Watch out to him with that cane now, you're in trouble.
I'm in trouble. We're in trouble, baby. Stop that. Crying all over the place. Help me get him out of here.
How are we gonna do it? It's broad daylight.
Yeah. We can't get him out of the building like this.
We can't leave him in here.
Why not?
Because the painters,
What do you mean?
they'll be here in a little while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now what, genius?
Shut up, will ya? I gotta think.
Diamond Detective Agency, murders finance while you wait.
Oh, you idiot.
Oh, is this Toodles, Asher the Bell at Park Avenue?
This is Helen Asher, the girl that goes steady with Diamond Detective Agency.
Sounds like a fine organization. They reliable?
Very seldom.
Oh.
I'll tell you better as soon as I find out what I'm going to do tonight.
You better give your butler the evening off, and the Diamond Detective Agency is going to march through your front door, single file, and show you a shortcut to spin the box.
What time does all this begin?
How long will it take you to bunker it?
About 2 seconds.
Well, I won't get there till 8. Don't hold it, or you'll end up looking like Betty Boop.
Oh, you're terrible.
Yeah, but I'm pretty.
So's a baboon.
Oh, what you send?
You won't be late, will you, Rick?
I don't know. After that last crack, maybe I better start going steady with King Kong.
Rick!
No, I'm mad.
Ricky, I love you.
Only because I can hang by my tail and my fangs and have that toothpaste smile.
I think you're the most wonderful man in the world.
Oh, well,
I think you're the handsomest, the strongest, the smartest.
oh well, all right. Now tell me something I don't already know.
Rick,
Bye, baby. See you at 8.
bye.
Hey, I'm adorable. I'm so beautiful. Now look, honey, I can't make it until 8 o'clock. I got a fan dancer who's a client. She wants to go out and trap an ostrich this afternoon.
Is this the Diamond Detective Agency?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Is this Mr. Diamond?
Yeah. What's the matter? Sound like you're standing on a body.
Oh, Mr. Diamond, please, you've got to help me. I just don't know what to do.
Now, take it easy. Take it easy. Who is this? What?
I thought it moved.
What moved?
The man sitting in my chair.
Well, that happens now and then. Why shouldn't he?
Oh, well, because he's dead.
What?
Yes, I came home this afternoon from girls' camp, and when I unlocked my door and went in, I saw this corpse sitting on my Hepplewhite.
Honey, what?
Hepplewhite. I don't know how it could have gotten there.
Hepplewhite?
No, the dead man.
Oh, what about Hepplewhite?
Who?
The guy his corpse is sitting on.
Oh, no. That's a chair. Hepplewhite's an old antique chair. Oh, now I'm so confused.
move over, honey. Now, take it easy and give me one thing at a time. Who's the dead man?
Well, I don't know. I've never seen him before in my life.
Okay. Now, why haven't you called the police?
Well, I thought about that, but I'm a school teacher, Mr. Diamond, and I was afraid of the scandal. I read a lot of detective stories, and the first thing that came to my mind was calling a private eye.
Private eye.
Well, you have the biggest ad in the phone book, so naturally.
Oh, natural. Well, give me your name and address and I'll be right over.
It's Esther Blodgett, 419 2nd Street, apartment 108.
Okay, Esther. Don't let anyone in and don't touch anything.
Oh, I know that's silly. After the initial shock wore off, I found myself in complete control.
What's the matter?
Oh, I'm so nervous. I just lit a cigarette. It tasted so good, I offered one to the dead man.
Well, if he takes it, remember how you did it. I'll be right over. Walt can have fun with this.
Homicide, Sergeant Otis.
Hello, Otis. Let me talk to the lieutenant.
Diamond.
No. This is Black Beauty. I just did a mile in 112 and I want to report that I've been doped.
Very funny.
Oh, I thought so. I didn't win the race, but it was the happiest horse in the track. Now put the lieutenant on the phone.
Lieutenant Livingston.
Diamond, Walt.
I don't want any. Take your killings to another precinct.
Oh, no. Don't be a sorehead. Giving you business is just my way of showing you my friendship.
Can't we just be buddies at a distance? I'm tired of chasing corpses.
Well, grit your teeth and get over to 419 2nd Street, apartment 108.
Homicide?
Yeah. A dame named Esther Blodgett reported it. She lives there.
Who's dead?
Well, I don't know. Oh, yeah. A guy named Hepplewhite.
Hepplewhite?
You asked Esther about it. She'll put you straight.
You coming over?
Yeah. Bye. As I went out in my office, I thought about Esther Blodgett and wondered how mad she would be when the police turned up. I had to call them whether she wanted the scandal or not because homicide comes first in my book. I'm an ex-cop, see, and I still follow the rules. It's not a conscience. I like staying in business. So when something turns up with a killing, I always let Lieutenant Walt Levison know about it. I grabbed a cab, and 20 minutes later, I was standing in Esther's apartment, along with Walt, the dead man, and Hepplewhite.
Oh, you're a swell fellow, you are.
What's the matter, Walt?
I've been going through that Hepplewhite routine for the last 10 minutes. I just found out it was a chair. That one right over there. The one the stiff's in.
Mr. Diamond, why did you call the police?
I thought you'd ask for that.
Because that man's been murdered, Miss Blodgett. That's what good citizens do when they find a dead man in the apartment.
Oh, but the scandal! I'm a school teacher. What will my students' mommies and daddies think?
Honey, just confuse them with that Hepplewhite routine. What'd you find out, Walt?
Not much. The coroner will be here in a few minutes.
Looks like someone gave him a pretty good beating. What's that all over his clothes?
Isn't that blood, Mr. Diamond?
Yeah, he's been bleeding all right. I mean, that brown stuff, Walt, looks like lint or something.
I noticed that too. I don't know what it is. We'll have the lab analyze it.
Tell me, Esther, you said when you came in you unlocked the door?
Yes, that's right.
Are you sure it was locked?
Why, yes, it has a catch lock. Besides, you have to turn the key and use the other hand to turn the knob.
Did you touch anything?
I
Open
touched-
any windows?
I touched nothing.
Well, there's a good one, Walt.
Yeah, a corpse sitting in a room with the door and all the windows locked. Do you always lock the doors and windows when you go out, Miss Blodgett?
Well, I've been away for several weeks at a girls' camp.
Aren't you a little old for that sort of thing?
Oh, I've been counseling. One of those teachers who goes along to take care of the young girls.
What do you think, Rick?
Well, he wasn't killed in this apartment.
No signs of a struggle.
There's only blood around the chair and on the body. He must have been carried in.
There would have been blood trails on the floor.
Not if he was carried in something. You say you never saw this man, Esther?
Never in my life.
Any identification of his wallet?
Yeah, the name's Gibson, Leland Gibson. No money taken either, so that eliminates the robbery angle.
Any address?
Yeah, he's got an old driver's license, 12 East 64th Street. Pretty classy district.
Judging by his clothes, he was well fixed, tailored. Good store.
And as soon as the coroner arrives, I'm going to check this apartment building. Maybe somebody heard something or saw something.
Hey, Walt, let me check this 64th Street address for you.
This is a police job. Why do you want to check it?
Well, because poor Miss Blodgett looks so unhappy.
I am, Mr. Diamond. I'm very unhappy.
See, Walt?
So she's unhappy. If you want to check the place on your own, go ahead. But I'm sending some men over anyway.
Mr. Diamond, I like you.
Well, thank you, Esther.
Ugh.
I want to hire you to catch the killer and free me from this awful policeman.
Awful policeman. Do you know how I got this way, Miss Blodgett?
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't easy.
Good for you, Esther.
I got this way because of this private detective.
Just call me Blue Eyes.
Ever since he stopped working with me and left the force, I've been gotten mixed up in more screwy cases than an alcoholic in a whiskey truck. There isn't 1 week that he doesn't turn up with 1 or 2 killings.
My, he gets excited, doesn't he, Mr. Diamond?
And in his spare time, he intimidates my sergeant.
Just call me Rick, dear.
I've taken enough bicarbonate in the last 2 years to stop West Venus from erupting. And if he doesn't give me a little peace and quiet, I'm going to end up solving a killing of my own.
Rick? My, that's a nice name.
How did you ever get to be a school teacher? You don't look the type.
Are you listening to me?
What makes me so different?
Maybe I've seen signs on highways that say it better than I can.
What are you two battling about?
You mean the ones that say, danger, stop, look, and listen?
Well, that fits. But I was thinking about curves and soft shoulders.
Well, that's it. Oh no, now you two listen to me, Diamond. This is serious business. A man's been killed in Miss Blodgett's apartment. If you want to take her on as a client, go ahead. But any questions from here on end will have to be gotten down to the police headquarters.
You're taking me in, Captain?
Lieutenant, yes, you have to come down for questioning.
Rick!
You go along with a big, bad policeman, dear. I'll have you out in no time.
Well, all right, if you say so, but this has never happened to me before.
No.
That's unfair.
Walt.
Stop blubbering.
Walt.
What? Oh, you get out of here. Otis? Where the devil is Otis?
I left Walt jumping up and down in front of Esther and the corpse and headed for 12 East 64th Street. It was an old brownstone in one of the wealthier districts. And when I rang the doorbell, I got another surprise.
Yes?
Yes. Don't tell me you're a school teacher.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, forget it. It's a landmark that threw me.
What do you want?
Do you know a Mr. Leland Gibson?
Yes, he's my father. Now, just who are you?
Name's Diamond. I'm afraid I got some bad news for you, Miss Gibson.
It's father. Something happened to father.
May I come in?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Yes. Now, please, what is it? What happened to Dad?
Well, he's dead.
Oh, no!
No, look, I know this is going to be tough, but you've got to help me. The police will be here any minute.
Police?
Yes, your father was murdered.
Oh, I knew something like this would happen.
You did? Well, tell me about it.
Well, I mean, I don't expect Dad to be...
Okay, now, just take your time, cry it out.
I'm sorry, do you have a handkerchief?
Oh, yeah, sure, here.
Oh, thank you.
Now, think you can talk about it?
Dad left the house about 3 weeks ago and moved into a hotel.
Did you have a fight or something?
Oh, no. Everything was fine, but
No, hang on.
things could have been better, and he was in wonderful
spirits when he left.
No arguments? No hard feelings? You didn't leave mad?
Oh no, nothing like that.
Oh, then, do you have any idea why you suddenly packed up and moved into a hotel?
Well, I'm not sure, but I think it was a
A
woman.
woman?
Yes, he told me one day he met someone he liked very much. The day after that, he moved into the hotel, and I never saw her, and he never said any more about her.
Weren't you a little bit worried?
Well, naturally, Father isn't a young man anymore. I mean, was it?
Just one more question. What hotel did you move to?
It was the Adams on Madison Avenue. He used to go there 3 nights a week for dinner and a game of bridge before he decided to move in.
Well, thank you. You all alone?
Yes,
Got any friends you can call?
a few, I guess.
Well, call them. It's better not to be alone. Ball your head off. It'll do you some good.
I'll send you your handkerchief, mister.
Diamond. Richard Diamond. It's in the book. For some reason, I've got a talent for leaving people emotionally disturbed. Walt hops around like a rabbit in a cabbage patch, and Otis always tears his hair out by the handful. Miss Gibson was less active about it. She just tried to smile and feel enough grief to fill a tub. I grabbed another cab and headed for the Adams Hotel.
Yes, sir, you wish to register?
No, but I want to find out about someone who did 3 weeks ago.
Oh?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Leland Gibson.
Why, yes, he's staying at the hotel.
Oh, from now on that's past tense.
I don't understand. He hasn't notified us that he's leaving.
Well, that might be a little difficult. If you'll run down to the morgue, I think you'll find you're stuck with an empty room.
The morgue?
Yeah. Mr. Gibson has taken over one of the slabs, rent-free.
Oh my goodness, what happened?
Oh, well, he's kind of dead. When did you last see him?
Early this morning, he left around 10.
Know where he was going?
Oh, I know.
Do you remember him having any visitors in the last 3 weeks? Girl, I mean.
No, are you looking for a girl?
Mr. Gibson's daughter seems to think he was running around with a woman since he moved into the hotel.
Oh.
Oh, you say that like you knew what I was talking about.
It was common gossip around the hotel.
What was?
Well, Mr. Gibson has been coming to the hotel for many years. He used to eat dinner here 3 nights a week, and then played bridge, some of the regulars. Now, about a month ago, we took a new waitress. Now, it was very obvious that Mr. Gibson was quite taken by her, so much so that he moved into the hotel and ate at her table every night.
Oh, and what was her name?
Virginia Pelgrim, quite good looking, about 5 feet, brunette, very well.
I'd like to see her.
That's impossible. She left the hotel a week ago with Mr. Gibson.
Oh, swell. So, wasn't Mr. Gibson unhappy?
Oh, no, he was rather happy, in fact. I believe he wanted her to move, so he could see her more often.
No? What makes you say that?
And some of the things that she said in the kitchen to the other girls?
Do you know where she might have moved?
No, but you might check with the flower shop. Mr. Gibson used to send her flowers every day.
Well, thank you. Well, wasn't sure just where I was going, but if Virginia Pelgrim was my best lead, then maybe she could tie that Gibson murder up with a silk ribbon. Talked to the flower clerk, and he gave me the address the flowers had been sent to every day. Nice apartment in the village. The landlady stuck her nose out like she was trying to smell me instead of see who was calling.
Yes.
Well, I hope that door doesn't slam shut in sometime. You'll have a bloody nose for weeks.
What do you want?
Roll out an eye with that nose and I'll show you my badge.
Aren't you cops ever polite to anyone?
Oh, well, there's a face that goes with it. I'm looking for a girl. About 5'3", dark brunette.
You're in the wrong place.
Her name's Pelgrim.
Oh, her. She lives upstairs.
Oh, she does, huh? Is she in now?
No, went out this morning, hasn't come back.
And she probably won't. She have many visitors?
Only a couple men.
That figures. Ever see an elderly man, gray hair, about 60?
Sure, every day.
Know his name?
No.
You said he had a couple of visitors. Who else?
Another man, young guy, kind of greasy. Only came around a few times. The old man was there this morning. Had an argument.
Could you hear what they said?
I don't snoop.
Anyone else?
No.
Who paid her rent?
She did. Cash.
Might have to take a look at her apartment?
Got a search warrant.
No.
Then you can't.
Okay, thanks. You've been charming. I left the old bat and headed back to the school teacher's apartment. If I was right, I'd seen setups like this before. But there was still the problem of finding out how Gibson was killed and how he got into a locked room. When I pulled up, I saw the wagon complete with corpse and coroner pulling away from the morgue. And when I went in...
Oh, it's you, Seamus.
Why, Otis, they're leaving without you.
Who is?
They're hers. Shouldn't you be lying down or something?
Now you stop that, Rick, and get in here.
Hello, Walt. What's new?
Well, Rick,
Hello, Esther. Has Otis been using his rubber hose on you?
oh, no, but I was getting lonesome. I'm glad you're getting back so soon.
Oh, you are.
As soon as you two quit rolling your eyes at each other, maybe you can tell me what you found out, Mr. Diamond?
Yeah. Well, send Otis down to the station for a search warrant. Then tell him to get over to 9 West 12th Street and see what he can find in Miss Virginia Pelgrim's apartment.
Who's Virginia Pelgrim?
Well, the only person who was mixed up with the murdered man. There was another man who used to see her, but I can't find out who he was.
All right. Otis, go get the warrant.
Yeah, Lieutenant. Thanks, Diamond.
Pleasure, Sergeant. What'd you find out, Walt?
There were 11 people in the building at the time of the killing. None of them ever saw the guy before. Here's the list of the names. 3 people on this floor, 5 on the second, and 3 more on the third.
Have you talked to the landlady?
Certainly, she doesn't know any more about it than the rest.
What about that funny brown lint on the dead man's clothes?
We're checking on that right now. The lab said they'd call me.
The landlady say she had a key to this apartment?
Sure, but she hasn't used it but once since Miss Blodgett was away at Girl Scout.
When did she use it?
3 days ago, when she had to let the painters in. And she says that the windows and doors were definitely locked, because after she let the painters out, she locked them herself.
Painter, huh?
Yes, and I've been looking, you know. I think they've been doing a terrible job. Why, the kitchen alone.
Esther, dear?
Yes, Rick?
Later, dear.
Yes, Rick.
Well, did they paint the whole building?
They finished the second floor today. Oh, I'll get it, Miss Blodgett. Probably the lab. Yeah, I see. Okay, thanks.
Rick, do you know who did it?
I got a hunch.
Oh, you're wonderful.
Yeah? Lab, Walt?
Yeah, the lint you spotted on the dead man's clothes is from that mat they put on the rugs.
Well, you were on all the floors. Did one of the apartments have a rug missing?
They're all missing from the second floor. The tenants took them down to the basement when the painters moved in.
Any off this floor or the third?
No, just the second.
Well, your killers are on the second floor, Walt.
How do you figure?
Well, let's take a look at what we got. Dead body in a locked room, blood on body and floor around body, but nowhere else in the room. Carried in.
In a rug.
Bullseye.
Oh, this is getting exciting.
Esther?
Sorry.
Yeah, but how does a dame name called Pelgrim figure into it? There's no Pelgrim listed in this building.
Well, there shouldn't be if I'm right. Dead man met Virginia Pelgrim when she was a waitress working in his hotel. She gave him a pinch and he fell. He put her up in an apartment so he could see her more often.
So what?
I think she was working with another man. A man who was seen around her apartment by the landlady.
Then how did the body get over here?
Well, the guy the dame was working with probably lives here.
What about the motive?
Well, my guess is that Gibson was being blackmailed, and he followed the girl here. He was probably going to yell cops, so they killed him.
Okay, now what about the locked room? Explain that.
I'll let the landlady of this building explain it, Walt. Go ask her one question. Who had this apartment before Miss Blodgett?
Esther?
Oh, I'm sorry, Esther.
Oh, I can tell you that. Mr. and Mrs. Austin. They moved to a smaller apartment and let me have this one. It It's more rent, and they couldn't afford it. I expect this is a better apartment, though. It has very...
Esther, what apartment did they take?
Oh, it's on the next floor, apartment 209.
Well, according to this list of people who were on the second floor at the time of the killing, the Austins are the only couple. What did Mrs. Austin look like, Walt?
Oh, about 5'3", dark brunette, very,
Say no more, say no more. Come on, Walt.
May I come?
No, Esther, you stay here. I'll be back later to discuss the better features of your apartment.
Yeah?
I want to talk to you again, Mr. Austin.
Why, I told you everything I know.
Where's your wife?
In the back?
We're coming in.
Okay, you don't have to shove.
Who is it, Harv?
Them cops again.
Hello, Virginia.
Do I know you?
Where's your rug, Mr. Austin?
It's downstairs in the basement.
Miss Pilgrim, how long have you been married to this man?
About 3. Hey, how'd you know?
Shut up!
Know your name? You might as well tell the lieutenant everything. Why did you lie about not knowing Mr. Gibson?
I didn't. I never saw him before in my life.
I didn't tell you the dead man's name was Gibson. How'd you know that?
Don't answer that.
Oh, shut up. You and your husband killed Mr. Gibson and carried him downstairs in a rug.
Why would I do that?
Because the painters were on their way to paint your apartment, and you had to get him out without being seen. You dumped him in Miss Blodgett's apartment because you knew she was out of town. And you used to live there, so you still had a key.
How'd you...
Shut up!
We've got enough to hold you both on. That rug will have blood stains on it.
Get out of my way! I'm gonna get out of here!
Why, Walt, you're so rough.
Yeah.
I didn't kill him. Harvey did it. I didn't kill him.
Okay. You can tell me all about it when we're back down at the station. Hey, where are you going?
It's 6:30. I got a date.
What about Miss Blodgett? She's gonna get lonesome again.
Oh, she was born that way. I've got to see a girl who's going to hold a pretty interesting class of her own. Bye.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Well, don't you look comfortable? Where's Francis?
Oh, I gave him the night off, like you suggested.
You're cute.
I've got a cold dinner waiting in the library.
School days, school days.
You sound happy.
I'm just thinking about a school teacher I knew once. That looks toothy.
Sing for your supper.
What?
Got a new tune on the piano.
Honey, I'm hungry.
You sing first, and then you can eat.
Oh, all right. What is it?
Right here. I could write a book.
Okay. If they ask me I could write a book about the way you walked and whispered and moved, I would write a preface of how you
Keep going. I'll get it.
the world would never forget, and the simple secret of love.
That was some girl asking for you.
Some girl?
I
Wow.
told her there was no one here. There was a piano tuner.
Well, she'll leave her name?
Humplewhite?
Hepplewhite.
Hepplewhite. Who's she?
Come here, baby.
No. I want to know who she is.
I said come here.
No. Who's Hepplewhite?
Just a chair, baby. My cute blonde
just heard Dick Diamond, Private Detective, starring Clayton Digner, transcribed. Helen was played by Virginia Gregg. Lieutenant Levinson by Ed Begley. Not Ed Begley Jr., but Ed Begley Jr.'s father. Also in our cast were Will S. Herbert, Georgia Ellis, Tony Barrett, Joan Banks, and Norman Field. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Richard Diamond is written by Blake Edwards. Yes, that Blake Edwards. Now this is Eddie King reminding you that Dick Powell will soon be seen in the screen version of the bestseller novel, Mrs. Mike, and inviting you to be with us again at this same time next week when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective.
Thank you once again for coming.